All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Um, yeah, pretty much I just wanted to do a video, all right, on this topic here. Okay, world hunger will soar throughout COVID-19 pandemic. And I watched the clip, and I'm actually re-uploading on my channel, so it's probably gonna be up by the time you see this video. But yeah, man, this is biblical. Okay, this is in the scriptures. That's also a part of the prophecies, all right, that was set to happen. You know, famine. Okay, and these prophecies, pestilence, plague, famine, these, they're usually often looped together. But these are big prophecies as well. A famine is a very painful way to die, but a famine is a very effective way to kill off a lot of people. Okay, no food, it'll turn people crazy, man. People will start eating each other. Okay, and this all happens throughout a famine. A famine is not a easy way, as the scriptures tell you in the book of Lamentations. All right, that it is better to die by the sword than to die by famine, man. All right, so let me get a couple of precepts on this. This is Jeremiah chapter 15. Um, yep, 15 verse 2. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith the Lord, such as are for death, to death, and such as are for the sword, to the sword, and such as are for the famine, to the famine, and such as are for the captivity, to the captivity." What does this mean? This means that the Lord has set judgments for everybody. Okay, so if your judgment is to the death by the sword, that's how you're gonna die. Okay, if you're gonna die by famine, that's how you're gonna die. If you don't go through, these are all the different ways. The Lord has everybody who's gonna die, everybody who's gonna get judged. He has their number written down. But a lot of people are gonna die by famine, man. That's a painful, slow way to die. Okay, if you don't believe it, look it up. Look up the process of famine, what it starvation. Okay, what it does to the body. You know, and this video here shows you that that's what's coming down the pike. Okay, along with this economic turmoil. Okay, and the painful part is it's gonna be, see, no, when we talk about Jacob's trouble, we're not talking about just being in lockdown and not being able to do what you would normally do. This is just the beginning of the tip of the iceberg. Okay, we're talking about your life in danger 24/7. We're talking about you not being assured of what you're gonna eat, of even if you're gonna be alive till the afternoon. Okay, that's how bad it's gonna get. That's the full destruction. That's gonna take place upon the face of the earth. Okay, as it tells you in Jeremiah the 30th chapter, the 7th verse. Okay, it's gonna be a very, very bad time. But as this video tells you, man, look, they're talking about not only is this coronavirus stopping supply and demand, closing down meat factories. Okay, farmers having to dump produce and goods because the demand is low. Okay, and these big companies that are in charge of getting these products out, they'll only do it if they see they're gonna get a profit from it. But if the demand is low, then they're not making a profit. Why are they gonna keep on producing or supplying? You know, supply and demand works hand in hand. Okay, the greater the demand, the greater the supply. If you have a low demand and a high supply, whoever's supplying is not making money. Okay, they're wasting money making products that are not being bought, so it's a waste of money. When you make a product, somebody buys it, and when they buy it, you make a profit. Okay, that's how it works. I spend money to get something and sell it to you at a higher price. So when you buy it, then I get the money that I used to make it back, plus I make a little extra on top of that, and that's how I make more money. But if I'm making all these things and nobody's buying it, then I'm not getting that money to replace it. I'm losing money. Why keep on making it? You see? So that's how these companies and these businesses, they think. They don't think in terms of, are people eating? Or is it gonna help? No, no, no. They don't care about that. It's about, is money coming into my pockets, or am I losing money? And if I'm losing money, I'm not doing it. Okay? And see, what we've been talking about for the longest is more and more things adding to the slow chain, all right, to slow down the chain of production. And eventually, for every action, you're gonna feel the reaction. Okay? And the world is gonna see that famine, man. Only Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai can deliver you from famine. All right? So going on, it says, and I will, Jeremiah 15, verse 3, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Okay? And this is going to happen all over again. You're going to have wild beasts, wild animals coming out here killing people. All right? People who own certain wild animals, those animals are going to turn on them. Because if you're not getting fed, how are you going to feed your animal? If you don't feed your animal, what you think is going to happen? It's going to see you. You're going to go from an owner to a piece of meat. Okay? It says the sword to slay. So you're gonna have Esau. You're gonna have him and his military out here just killing people, man. And it doesn't even have to be Esau. You're gonna have other people taking matters into their own hands and killing people, man. Okay. Next precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. See? So the Lord has set it up to where a lot of people are going to die from famine. That means the famine is going to be a great, look, keyword. For many of them that dwell upon the earth. All right? And if you see in the title, it says what? World hunger. Okay? There's certain countries that are already going through this, but it's going to get amplified, man. On top of that, you have locusts, okay, that are eating the crops. So certain countries, like even Canada, they were saying they're saying, look, we need to cut exports to increase, how the production we're getting. Because if production slows down and we're still exporting at a certain rate, then we're not gonna have enough to sustain ourselves, and and the squeeze will get tighter and tighter and tighter, and people will get more and more desperate. Okay. You get more and more desperate. So it says, for many of them that dwell on the earth shall perish of famine. That means that there's going to be a great world famine, a global famine. Okay? And it's going to kill a lot of people, man. And it's going to be a slow, painful death, man. You're going to have families dying, little children dying because they don't have any food to eat. Their parents can't feed them. You're going to have people resorting to cannibalism. Okay? Yes, cannibalism. People are going to eat other human beings. All right. If the human being is alive, they'll kill the human being like they kill an animal, slaughter them. All right. And then they'll eat them. Okay. It says, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay. So you escape, you know what I'm saying? You escape the hunger. You some way, somehow you get food. You might eat other human beings, but you're going to die one way or another. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. This is the kind of destruction that's coming. So even now you got people, thinking, oh, this is the worst it'll get. I'm in lockdown, but look, man, this lockdown is doing more damage to you and your body than you think. There's certain things that your body needs daily. You need to walk. You need sunlight. You need fresh air. Okay? These are things you took for granted. You never really paid attention to. But when you have to run, you haven't walked for a long time and you have to run and your feet start hurting and you forget how to run, it's not going to be a good case for a lot of people, man. Okay, it's going to put you out of shape. All right, moving on. This is Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 22. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts. Wow, YouTube just took down a video of mine. All right, concerning this the coronavirus thing. Hey, well, I mean, it is what it is. So this is Jeremiah 11 and 22. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, and their sons and their daughters shall die by famine. See? So it's a prophecy, man. Okay? It's a prophecy. And there's duality, man. Sometimes it happened, it took place back then, and it's going to take place again this time. Okay? Now really think about this. The scripture said it's going to be a time like never before, meaning that the hell and tribulation is going to be on a scale that has never been before. There's been some pretty severe famines in history. So how bad do you think this one is going to be that you're not going to be able to compare it to what has come before? And you think just because you stocked up in your house that that's going to save you? Oh, no, 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 no. If that's what you think, you're sadly mistaken, man. Okay? You need the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? That name is what's going to save your life. Okay? The Most High and the Son. That's how you're going to survive, man. We're literally going to need to live off of faith. Okay? As the scriptures say. All right? Carnality will not get you anywhere. Okay? Moving on, last precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 9. It says, "And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons, and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straightness, wherewith their enemies and they that seek their lives shall straighten them." Okay? So imagine that. And people have done it before, man. It's happened. Food has gone so scarce, okay, that you had women that ate their children. Literally, man. Your own child that came out of you, that you birthed. But you got so, imagine how bad it had to get, how desperate you had to be to eat your own kid, man. Okay? That's pretty disturbing, but hey, the world is gonna be a very, very, it has to get very bad before it can get good, man. It's a balance. It's a balance. Because look, the kingdom of heaven is going to be forever. It's going to be the most beautiful, magnificent kingdom that ever was. So prior to that, the earth, man, the hell, the tribulation, the destruction is going to be the worst it's ever been to usher in the best the earth has ever been. Okay? So don't sleep on that, man. Don't forget about that. As a matter of fact, let me get this here in Matthew 24. Okay, because the Lord mentioned it. Matthew chapter 24, and I'm just gonna go straight to the point. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, this is not to be breezed over. Don't just breeze over, oh, famines, pestilence, earthquakes, so we're gonna have a lot of these things happening. No. Famines. A famine is not a light thing, man. A famine is not trust and believe is not a light thing, man. Starving to death is one of the most painful ways to die. As you get skinnier, your stomach shrinks. It gets hard to even stand straight. You get lightheaded. You feel like you're losing your vision. Okay? Hey, the Lord got a heavy judgment coming for this place, man. You do not want to be a part of that. You don't want to get caught up in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's wrath. Okay? It's all fun and games until people start dying, man. Until tribulation comes. Now everybody wants to seek a way out. But you better find it now. You better find it now, man, because it's coming. Okay, and as they said in the video, man, you don't have time. You don't have time. And it's going to hit a lot of people by surprise because people are not prepared. They haven't sought the Lord, nor are they mentally prepared for what's about to happen. They don't even have a clue that this is what's coming their way. And it's going to get bad. It's going to get real, real nasty out here, man. Okay, you're going to see some things you've never seen before. Okay? But once again, hey, by the spirit and the mercy and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai, we're going to make it. Lord willing, we'll be of that elect, man. Okay, so, yeah, I just want to do that video real quick. Lord's willing, this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.